Hello everyone! Welcome to the OC Philippines Nationals 2025 for the 4K division as we're going to be having actually one of the two final matches of the OC Mania 4K side. We have one on the A stream and we have one here on the B stream. This is Lively Peninsula speaking. Joining me on the booth is none other than Tenshi. Hello there, how are you doing today?
Warm ipsum dolores. Hello.
You really like that phrase. Well, moving on from that, I'm pretty sure the matchup we have right now is Unitori versus J1002. Let's take a brief moment to showcase our players. Yep, these are the final two 4K matches. We have Unitori versus J1002, and at the other we have Plana versus Paracosm. Two very interesting matches, and I can't wait to see what these two have to offer. So Tenshi, you know some of these players, I'm very sure. What do you think is going to be happening in this scenario?
I This is literally an interesting match knowing J1002 and Unitori. Well, Unitori is one of the best in Middle East, if I remember, and J1002 is the previous winner of the PH Nationals in 40 last 2021.
That is indeed true. He was one of the champions in the previous editions. I will have to say though, Unitori has definitely held his own. I believe Unitori first joined in 2022 or 2023. I forgot which year, but definitely around those. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. So both players are about to roll. I'm not sure if the Plana Bar custom match has already started with any matches or any maps. It doesn't seem like that's the case as they're both still on the decision phase. So roll, Unitori getting a 38. Not the best roll. Not the worst either though. There's still a chance for J1002 to lose. Let's wait and see what J1002 is going to be getting. Okay, it's anywhere from 37 below. Okay, well, there it is. 15 points from J1002. So, ha! Thankfully, even though with that low of a roll, Unitori was still able to win. Or maybe not thankfully, especially if Unitori wanted to lose the roll. So Unitori is probably going to protect LN1 or LN3. J1002 is probably going to protect Rice 4 or Rice 5. Looks like Unitori rolled his protect. Actually, LN3 is valid. Well, now we're going to be having Xenon. I don't like this protect actually. Because Unitori's raw accuracy is very good. I really think Worm Rave or New Love would have been much better. And I'm very sure Unitori is gonna be banning Worm Rave.
I think Xenon is rice free, right?
Yeah, Rise 3, I do not like this protect, like what I said. It's a very jump stream heavy chart. J1000 is very good at jump streams, but Unitori's raw accuracy, like what I said, is very good. Again, So, I think Unitori... Okay, well, okay, here we go. J1002's ban. I think J1002's gotta ban Igaku at this point. Even though I want to see Igaku played, I just know this is the ban that J1002 should go for. Either Igaku or Calamity Fortune. Yeah, Igaku
You
being
said it,
banned,
you said it, you said it.
I'm not surprised. Unitor is gonna ban Worm Rave at this point. That's LN1 for a ban for J1002. Yeah. Yeah, Unitor is gonna ban Worm Rave. That's the only logical pick. That's the only logical ban here. Either Worm Rave or New Love. One of those bans makes a lot of sense.
Right.
505, while it's very physical, probably works still for Unitori. Oh! Never mind then. I don't like these bands. I really think
What?
Wormrave was the better band for Unitori, just because I think J1002 would be slightly more consistent. So, I mean, they were the. I mean, okay, J1002 banned the way I expected, but 505 was the biggest surprise here. I don't think that was a good ban. I really
Wait, what
think.
was Worm Rave and Mulos?
Okay, Wormrave is a very technical chart with a lot of mini jacks, and I don't think Unitori is the kind of player to want that. New Love is a
Yeah.
dumpy technical chart, which again, I think Unitori has the better raw act. But J1002 can probably beat Unitori here. Okay, LN2 being
Yeah.
the pick. You got anything to say, Tenchi?
Yeah. Knowing that those two are technical, yeah, that is not a good not a good ban.
Mm-hmm. I Okay, I'll be honest with you. I think it's an okay pick for Unitori, but probably hybrid could have been. Actually, no. J1002 is very consistent on hybrid, so I don't think J1002 should pick that.
Let's see.
Alright. So, we're gonna be having Rave Beat. I keep on. I'm still really wondering what this could be. What the result here could be. Because I have a feeling this benefits Unitori a lot, but I still think another pick could have been slightly better. Then again, though, seems like J1002 is already sort of unstable with the UR in comparison to Unitori. Maybe this was a great starting pick after all, but it's way too early to tell still.
Those are some very interesting low note spells.
Yeah, both players are adept to Ellen, but Unitori is better in terms of Ellen accuracy. So I think I could see why Unitori would pick the Ellens. And here we go. It's gonna start to get a bit more dense as time passes on. I do think Unitori has one of the best Ellen accuracy in this entire tournament. Probably top 5 at the very least. But J1002 is holding well, except that 100 almost dropped that accuracy down. Seems like Unitori is very consistent with the trills on Ellen density here, so very good work here, but J1002 isn't far behind. If we see any mistakes from Unitori, that will still go to J1002 side.
J1000 is literally holding that 99.5, 99.57 right now.
But that's not gonna be enough. Unitori is very consistent when it comes to Ellen accuracy, so I'm totally unsurprised by this result. However, it's gonna get a bit denser, so we might be seeing some mistakes or misses here. That doesn't seem to be the case though. Both players just breathing through this chart. 99.86, 99.53, two very good scores. But Unitori just had the better accuracy. I think it's V1SS as well. Yeah, it is. Actually, 150 and 100 from J1002 that almost gave it away to Unitori, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. Thankfully, they were both able to full combo, but the accuracy was just not enough.
I'm surprised.
What are you surprised about in particular here?
I like back then I didn't know Unitori was
Unit-
that great,
Unitori's
especially
Unitori's
in Elena.
accuracy. Well, sorry to interrupt you there, but Unitori's accuracy actually got much better over time. So, yeah, it is surprising at first, but if you look at his progression, it's actually very understandable. Do you have anything more to say, Tenchi?
Yeah, nah.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be Wormbrave. Okay, yeah, this is a good pick. Very good pick for J1002. Again, mini Jackie, a lot of technicality. That's exactly the picks J1002 has got to go for. Everything all good, by the way? Alright, yeah, it's all good, all good. Yeah, I was just checking because I saw something in the chat. But anyways, we're just waiting for everything here. Sight reading this chart is probably not something you should ever do. Because again, there's a lot of dumpy technical stuff in here. Okay, so as I was saying, I don't think this is the pick you sight read. Especially, like, this is what I'm talking about. You see those mini jacks and bursts and all that? If you aren't prepared, you're definitely gonna have some nerves hitting you. Well, as I say
Yeah,
that, J1002 is the first to drop. Very
yeah.
surprising, actually.
Not practicing, not
Especially,
practicing this technical chart is gonna make you like a disadvantage on playing this.
but Unitori is the one with the advantage right now, so that's gonna be something. Unitori trying to just solidify this lead, but especially with a pick like this, nothing's exactly 100% safe. Because J1002 is slowly increasing that accuracy. In fact, Unitori is slowly going down. Okay, so as time passes on, more mini jacks, more bursts, and more rolls. That's the name of the game. But J1002
Oh
is
no,
finding more misses.
it's
Two
having
of them.
a mischain from J1000. It's not looking good.
Yeah, that's a very scary indicator of what's to come, by the way. If there's so many misses from J1002 and Unitori is just able to hold on, I think that's gonna say a lot about how this match is gonna go. And now the chart is gonna end. Unitori holds the full combo. Yeah, very impressive work. Very, very impressive work for both players. Actually, act-wise, yeah, Unitori had the advantage already. Yeah, that's actually a really good performance from Unitori. 5 greats is really, really impressive.
Yeah.
Well, now this is actually very concerning for J1002 because this gives lesser opportunities for J1002 to come back from here. Alright. So now, I'm really curious to see how this one is gonna go. Mhm. Right, so this one has a lot of mini jacks, a lot of long notes in it. I think what I really like about this chart is it really tests player stability when it comes to long notes and mini jacks. So there's gonna be a lot of challenges here. I think this ultimately favors Unitori in the long run, just because there's so many mini jacks in the previous pick, which we saw J1002 miss a lot on. Oh, but
Wait, we
wait,
have a
Unit.
miss. We have a miss.
Well, wow. Okay, as long as J1002 holds this very well, there's definitely a lot of chance. Okay, well, that's actually a really difficult part already out of the way.
Unitori is slowly getting back his accuracy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be scary though, because the moment that Unitori catches up in accuracy, J1002 will be forced to not be able to make a mistake. There's just mini jacks. Oh,
Oh
but
no.
J1002 drops.
Oh
That's
no.
massive. That's massive. That
But
could have, that,
but
that could decide it. That could decide it, especially if Unitori does not drop on accuracy. We need to see one more miss on Unitori if J1002 wants to secure it. Oh, the accuracy is going to Unitori's side.
oh no. The
Oh,
accuracy is
oh,
fighting right
who's
now.
gonna win it?
The
Who's
accuracy
gonna
is
win it?
fighting.
Wait.
And this favors
Oh,
J1000.
105 points.
Literally
Wow.
a literally a battle of consistency.
Wow. Actually, yeah, you're right. That was a battle of consistency right there. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm really shocked about that result. That's crazy.
And we have J1000's first point in this match.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually really crazy there.
Oh wait, yeah. J1000 is picking Xenon.
Yeah, that's a pretty good protect because at this point, how do I say this? Like Xenon, you gotta pick your own protect. You really have to pick your own protect at this point.
Yeah, I think J1000 needs to come back just to match Unitori's points.
Yeah, very much so. Actually, really excited to see what this one is gonna be like. Huh. I think I actually just think if J1000 with Unitori full combos this, it's gonna be scarier because I think Unitori's Roak is better.
What happened?
Like I said, oh, okay, the client. What's
We're
going on?
having technical difficulty. We're having
Yeah,
technical difficulty.
yeah, the client's very funny sometimes. Alright, so can we finally... Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. If you look at Unitori's accuracy compared to J1002's accuracy, they're very... It's kind of different in the sense that Unitori's ratio is higher than J1002's ratio, but they definitely have the same 200 count, which is probably 0 at this point. But again, the fact that Unitori's ratio is better,
Oh
and
no.
not to mention that one miss, which is the one thing I think J1002 could have really relied on.
Yeah.
Now that that's taken away, it's gonna make this point much harder.
Unitori needs the one needs one miss just to match with J1000.
Indeed, those trills can really affect any player here. Actually, we just saw Paracosm take 1 point off Plana. Both of them missed, but Paracosm had the better ratio. J1002's accuracy is actually increasing, so something tells me J1002's accuracy without the miss may have been slightly better than Unitori's right now. But Unitori... Look at Unitori's unstable rate. It's getting really wide. So if Unitori doesn't keep that stability in check, there's a good chance we might be seeing a mistake at some point. Because J1002 is so consistent right now. Like, look at that accuracy. It's starting to go to
Oh my
J1000's
god.
side.
It's getting close. Too close.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that one miss was really just the difference. But
No.
now make it 2 misses. That's massive because
Another mistake.
I think that was also 200s with that. If you look at the unstable rate, the nerves probably got the J1002 there. And I think Unitori has been so consistent here. Like, okay, this is a side 3 that I'm pretty sure. So if that's the case, that's going to be very surprising. No, yeah, Unitori refuses to miss. Like, this is what I was talking about. The moment the patterns are so comfortable for Unitori, he's not gonna miss. He's not gonna drop accuracy much. J1002 probably just had some misreads there. Because I'm confident J1002 has the better ratio, a bit better accuracy, probably. But let's take a look at the end, just to 100% verify if that theory is correct. These one-handed trills aren't making anyone drop. That's crazy. Oh, that's some greats from Unitori, but that doesn't matter. Maybe if it only was one miss, that would have been still enough. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happened. Very good score from Unitori. Yeah, that would have been a win for J1002 if it was a full combo for both sides.
A 1, and 2 misses. Yeah. And Unitori picks LN3. I think this is his protect, if I remember.
Okay, so what is the pick now? It's gonna be... Oh yeah, this is a very good pick for Unitori actually. I think this favors him a lot. Alright. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look at what this chart will be like for both of these players. Actually, Duya just, I think, really favors Unitori a lot. Just because of the nature of this chart.
Yeah, this more focused on LN. Release here.
Okay, let's make the difference here. Release is definitely a factor, but this is more of a technical chart.
Oh,
There's like it's a very thin line. Well, Ellen release is technically correct, but there's just a thin line between Ellen release and Ellen technical. Ellen release focuses, yes, they focus a lot on short releases and that mixing with long, but there's like a dump element added to it if we're talking about Ellen technical, if that makes any sense.
yeah.
Well, both players are at the full combo, which is actually nice to see because, something tell if Unitori makes any mistakes on here, then J1002 still has a chance to grab something.
Right now, Jalen Thompson is holding on to his 99.10. Yeah, 99.10 combo. I mean, accuracy.
All right, here we go. It's it's the final end of the chart. We're gonna be seeing two full combos here. One of them at 991k, I think. Very good work for both of these players. This is a difficult Ellen release chart.
Yeah, both of them did impeccable work.
Yeah, I agree. Very good work actually. So it's gonna be 4-1. Actually, both matches are at 4-1, 4-1 right now. So I have a feeling J1000 is probably gonna pick something like Rice 5, probably. Maybe Rice 2 or Rice 5. Oh, doesn't know that. Okay, that's kind of bad.
Oh my god, Jay, what love it exactly? Side 3D.
I don't
The
know
map
actually.
pool.
If I don't know if he's cycling the map pool because
Or,
okay, let's
nah.
see. Maybe he just doesn't know the codes. Okay, I
Okay.
think it should be either What's Up or New Love. I don't think Calamity Fortune favors J1002, but Unitori can probably pick that. But I still think if Unitori were to pick that, that would be pretty bad. Okay, it has to be What's Up or New Love at this point.
Rise 2. You pick Rise 2.
Okay, not surprised about that.
Actually, that's the map pool. The map names.
Mm-hmm. Yep, What's Up? I think it's a very good choice in my opinion. All right, here we go. Um, I think this pick could work or could backfire hard because accuracy wise, this can really go for Unitori, but the consistency, J1000 really has to bet on that. All right, so are we going to be seeing? Yeah, both matches are in this chart. What's up? And
Wait, this is a Horjak pick.
no, it's not. It's not. There's some core
Ah,
jacks, but yeah, there's some core jacks, but the main element of this is definitely the dense hands.
okay. I think both players are gonna be confident with this pick.
Okay, here we go. 99.98 to 99.91. Okay, so this looks like this right now, but the moment it gets more dense, it's gonna get really interesting. I definitely think it's not over yet for J1002, but he's gotta put in the work because Unitori is really consistent. Okay, these Ellens have made Para Custom drop a 200, so both players have gotta be careful. It gets very dense at the end, by the way. Just warning everyone here. Alright, here we go. It's gonna start to really throw some players off. Okay, Unitori is at a very good pace right now, but it's gonna get even more denser here. Can anything turn around? It doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. I think
Oh,
both players. I think this is gonna be it. Unless
yeah.
some miss happens
Oh,
from. Wait, Unitori is actually dropping a lot. Imagine if any 200s drop here. Yeah, it's too late. Too late.
oh.
Wow, both.
1940.
Uh, the fact that 996 isn't enough to win this is crazy. 68 to 132. Yeah, that's a big. That's the sizable difference. Both players did a very good job. Good game, well played. But that's about it. Unitori takes the win. Yeah, both players did amazing here. I mean, I have a feeling J1002 had so many chances to get some points back, but sometimes that really is going to be the case. As now, Unitori takes the win, 5-1. Very good scoreline. Very good performance from both players.
Yeah. GG's to both of them. And for J1000, he is moving on to the losers bracket.
So it's gonna be Unitori. Actually, since Plano won 5-1. Okay, so there you go. There's our match. There's our final bracket for now. So Plano won 5-1. No, it's 5-1. It's 5-1. There we go. 5-1. So Plano versus Unitori. And at the very bottom, we're gonna be having J1002 versus Paracosm. So we have some really interesting matches here. Sakuragi versus Minya de Gen God, J1002 versus Paracosm, Hagoromu versus J Bliss versus Bronya Zaitchik. These are some really good matchups, and I hope to see a lot of close matchups here. And if we were to look at the top, woo! What a bracket this is. Livette versus Valeria. I can't wait for that match in particular. Plano versus Unitori. I also can't wait for that. Boji versus Sen, and Fort Ken versus Silicosis. So many really good matches here. I can't wait to see how every single match here goes. But
Yeah, this is lit. Yeah, this like a very spicy winners bracket match.
very crazy indeed. These brackets are insane. Now, I think we can end this up with something. Do you have anything to say, Tenshi, before I probably close this out for the both of us?
Best of luck to you guys in the 4K division.
All right, thank you so much for that. So that actually wraps all the matches up for the 4K side. The other match on the mainstream actually just ended, which was Plano vs Paracosta, with Plano winning 5-1. As for this one, Unitori also won versus J1002 at 5-1. So the 4K side has already ended for this weekend, but don't you miss the next match, which is going to be the real final match of this weekend, which I believe is going to be a very good one between Uripe and VRX on the 7K division. That match is going to be something you do not want to miss. But for now, that's all for the 4K side. Please join us back in the stream 26 minutes from now to watch Uripe versus VRX for the final match of the entire weekend. Thanks so much everyone for coming to the stream, and see you for the next and final match.